I was sitting here and I was watching YouTube. I was watching a video um, being done. I'm watching a video being done by Impressive on Tory Lanez's whatever the fuck you want to call that last night, where he gave his explanation. I guess his being a man, like a man moment last night. Of him explaining, exactly what happened. So this is my, I wanted to like capture in the moment how I feel about watching this nigga whose mama should have swallowed him. That's how I feel. And I don't care what anybody thinks about that. That's how I feel. This is a disgusting ass human being. But let me play it. Let me play it.
About what happened, and it be in your best interest if you don't make that statement. So I'm like, throw her under the bus.
Trying to sway the public opinion is always going to have some backlash, and I think both of them need to be quiet and just handle this thing out in court. But I'm going to play the rest of what Tory said in this video for those who care. And I want you to pay attention to what he said about Rock Nation. Like I said in one...
So there's a part before this where he says that that Meg Thee Stallion and her people are falsifying information on him. And it's just so funny because, I mean, I always hear that in terms of paperwork, like falsifying paperwork. But, not actual, actions. You get what I'm saying? Of someone falsifying actions. Something he actually did. Wow. But then turns around and says, she's my friend though, right? Because that's that thing, and I'm sorry, y'all know I still fuck with him, but that's that thing that we've seen men do, right? When a female decides to take up for him, even when he's wrong, it's that, that's just a sweet girl and she just got caught up in being vulnerable. Does this sound familiar, y'all? I'm just trying to say languages. This sounds familiar, right? Trying to give her, so now he's trying to give Meg a pat on the back and trying to make her feel like there's still hope in trying to have something, some type of friendship. There's something here still, we can work through this. You know what? You know what I'm saying? That's what this is. This is a bitch ass nigga.
One of my videos, Rock Nation is not playing around with Tory, and they have a gang of lawyers on their team, so they could find some loopholes to get him on something, just to get him to shut up. So I think that he needs to be careful and stop.
So
this is what
I'm really here for the.
I want to get into this because it's very important for me to just say this. I'm not here to bash this woman. I'm not here to come down on this woman. I'm not here to disrespect her or throw her under the bus, but it comes to a certain standpoint where I just can't let my character be assassinated for things that are not even really true, like and for falsified narratives and information. Let's start this off. When the original
Yeah, let's start this off. To assassinate someone's character, there can't be other people who can come forward and say that, you've put your hands on them. There can't be other incidents on camera where you're seen putting your hands on someone. I think I originally found out or heard about you because it was an incident between you and please don't quote me and don't hold me, because I'm not a fan of this nigga and never have been. So I think the first time I heard about him, Joe Budden may have been talking about him because he does a little rundown of things, and I think it was an argument he may have had. Was it with Dave East or somebody? The nigga had gotten somebody's face, jumped in somebody's face. I just remember that. So every time I've always heard about this man, it's been associated with violence. So you can't assassinate someone's character and it's already have been assassinated, and several people are saying the same things, and it's not saying the same things or like telephones say the same things, because I know I gotta slow it down for you motherfuckers. So this person say this to this person, and this person takes it and say this to this person. That that could be most definitely falsified. That's rumor mill, right? But what you're actually seeing, and I mean seeing with your own eyes, we can actually believe this shit now because we're seeing it with our own eyes. And there are people who can walk away and say that was my experience, not what I heard about. That's not what Becky Sue, not what this cousin told me. People can actually say that this is actually what I've heard. The people can say, I'm sorry, this is actually what I've seen. There's no, you can't.
What?
sensational a report came out, and it was a TMZ report about this, that, and the third, and there was gunshots in Kylie Jenner's house, and Tory Lanez goes to jail. They gave y'all all the facts of the juice of Tory Lanez going to jail, and this, that, and the third, and Megan getting arrested, and da-da-da-da. 2 days after that, I get a call from Rock Nation that says, yo, we heard you're going to make a statement about what happened, and it'd be in your best interest if you don't make that statement. So I'm like,
Right.
oh, okay, I don't understand what the issue of me telling my fans, like, yo, look, it's not that serious of a deal. I went to jail for whatever. It's like, I didn't get for that 2 days why that was an issue. 2 days later, TMZ.
It's the trying to act like a white woman for me.
Barbie didn't like that strange because there was
My
in
niece is
her
in the room.
room.
But she has headphones on. Whoa.
And there's a lot of strange, and there was some water and blocks, and there was a long cut with her. And then her daughter switched her shoe.
Whoa.
And that makes her so mad.
I'm so sorry to hear that, baby.
I don't know what that happened.
Wait. She's...
I changed it.
What?
Changed the password.
Oh, you want me to open it back up?
What's the password of it? Where?
Do it again. Same one. Yep.
Where's mine?
Yep.
Ooh, that was the work.
What was I about to say? All right, let me go back a little bit because I got distracted a little bit.
Report come out. TMZ report, and this, that, and the third, and Megan getting arrested, and da-da-da-da. 2 days after that, I get a call from Rock Nation that says, yo, we heard you're going to make a statement about what happened, and it'd be in your best interest if you don't make that statement. So I'm like, oh, okay, I don't understand what the issue of me telling my fans, like, yo, look, it's not that serious of a deal. I went to jail for whatever. It's like, I didn't.
It's the acting like the confused white woman for me. It really is. Because it's like, I don't understand what the big deal is. Why 2 days I've been told not to say nothing. I just don't understand. It's not a big deal. Da, 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 da. Like the whole obliviousness of talking about a situation and not acting like there wasn't a woman who went to the hospital and who may have had whatever fragments or whatever. There's a situation that happened with this woman that very next day that you text and told you and apologized for. But now you want to pump fake on October 21st and tell us that you don't understand what the big deal is. Help me understand why your mom didn't swallow.
Get for that 2 days why that was an issue. 2 days later, the TMZ report come out. TMZ reports, and they have the surveillance now. Now they see the video of the arrest. You see Megan, you see me, and you see us all sprawled out on the ground in bathing suits and blah, blah, blah. And everything I'm saying is public record. You can go back and look at this shit. You can go back and see it.
Said
like, you feel
nothing
me?
yet.
So they say, oh, okay, you know, you see her out of the car. She's getting out of the car. She's hopping. It looks bad, bro. And I'm not gonna lie. Like, I felt bad
Just want
watching it
factual
because it made her look
information.
bad.
Write
And
this
it
shit
didn't
out
make
for
her
me.
look good. It didn't make any of us
Give me
look good.
bulletin points.
And I didn't want that for her. I don't see that for anybody. So all of a sudden, when we get arrested, or when it looks like we all got arrested,
It's like acting like I need you to tell me what the fuck you see for me in the future after doing some fuck shit to me. Why the fuck do I care about what you see for me in my future after doing some fuck shit to me? That is crazy. Tory Lanez is crazy, y'all. I don't see that for her future, nigga. I don't. This nigga is bugging.
the memes start. Now I want to really bring you guys in for a second so you can understand something.
This
and I
nigga
really
is
just want you to take this
crazy.
in. Like, she is a person I spent enough time with her to observe and understand something about her, where it's like she's going through a lot. She goes through a lot. She deals with a lot on her day-to-day basis.
I've spent the 7 minutes with you to observe and know that, you know, you're full with a bunch of bitch assness and that you're full of shit. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's just my observing after 7 minutes. But I mean, you know,
And because of that, she's not used to, you know, and not even just because of that, but just because of the fact that she's been praised so much. We've always looked at her as like, yo, that's hip hop sweetheart. Like, she's nice, she's talented, whatever the case is, cool. And because of that, like we've never seen a moment where the memes have come at her, where the memes are like, yo, nigga, let's laugh at your pain. Ah, ha, 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 ha.
So this nigga is trying to say that all of this is happening because we've never seen pressure being applied to Megan, and that she's always been looked at such a decent and high person, that now all of a sudden that what? All of a sudden what? That you're trying to insinuate that she's cracking under pressure? Because no one's ever seen what? I don't know. What was it that you thought? What are we seeing now of her? Only thing I see is a woman that's trying to get back to work and that hops online to defend herself against a bitch ass nigga like you. That's all I see. So I don't know what you thought we were going to see of her outside of that. What? Because people are coming out and say that she drinks a little bit. She's a young woman. I know a lot of girls who drinks a lot in their 20s. Something they grow out of. But what does that have to do with your bitch assness? Why you didn't get on here and talk about your anger management and what you need to help you deal with situations better? That would have been a better route than you getting on here and trying to act like Dr. Phil or something for Megan. As if though you have a leg to stand on to be Dr. Phil, and as though you've displayed behavior that puts you in a better position to speak on this woman in this way. This should have been nothing about yourself. And if you were going to say you didn't do it, you just say that. I didn't do it. I think there may be some confusion about what happened, but once I go to court, we're gonna figure this all out. And at the end of the day, I did not do it. But you trying to break her down and try to analyze her when you're wrong? No, baby, that's manipulation. Because you don't have the right to do this. This is crazy.
She's never had to deal with that because she's always been praised. So everything that's been happening has been a reaction off of what's been going on. So it gets down to this point now where it's like,
everything that's been happening has been a reaction for everything that's been going on. That's usually how actions and reactions happen, because of things that are going on. You see a bunch of nothing. He said nothing there. He said nothing. Those were fillers. Those are fillers. Whoa. And he think he's so like deep and profound right now. Like this nigga is a piece of work. I promise you, this nigga is a piece of work.
The reports are starting to say, okay, well, everyone's pointing to different things. No one really knows what's happened, but nobody has ever said she got shot. Nobody has ever said she got shot. Not TMZ, not the police report at this point. Nothing is saying that she got shot. Soon as she sees herself on video with the bikini and the things like that, and it looks bad, she then comes out and says, yo, the narrative of me getting cut by glass, it's just not true. She doesn't point at nobody or anybody or say anything or anything like that. She just says the narrative that...
So you see how he flipped the blame back on her? So soon as she came out and said something, so as to make it seem as though she made it worse by coming out and saying something, because you guys had always seen her as the sweetheart, and because I decided some reason to pick up a gun and things went... I decided to pick up a gun and cause a situation, and she's not reacting, or she's acting in a way that's bringing attention to it. That, well, I can't even... I'm really trying to understand this nigga. This nigga is really foul. He caused the situation because of her reaction to what people were saying. It's ultimately her fault all of this is still happening, because if she would just not say anything at all, and because it looked like you were trying to move on too soon and be out there dancing and living your life while you were being quiet and not saying anything, right? It's your fault. He feels like it's her fault because she's so used to being a princess that when she went out and was trying to move on, it made her look bad. Like, oh, so everything is always, if you notice, everything is going back to always being Meg's fault.
Whatever came out of me being cut by glass is not true. I was shot in my feet with the intention to harm me and put harm and danger upon me, right? So, okay, cool. Like, all of a sudden, the affiliates of her circle start pointing like little subliminal fingers, like count your days and like I won't be around when you shooting at feet, and like little funny things that they start doing. And I'm kind of like, damn, hold on, where are y'all about to take this? Because y'all told me not to make a statement, so I'm trying to figure out where y'all taking me to. I don't get it. So Then at this point she goes live because people are not really understanding the story or whatever cases. She waits. She doesn't go on, a time when it's just a regular time. For y'all who don't understand, it was one of those things where me and her knew what was going on, but y'all didn't know what was going on. She went live on my birthday.
I was shot in both of my feet, and I had to get surgery.
Hello, everyone. I am asking for your help.
I'm here wishing your mama would have swallowed you, Tory Lanez, and you want to talk about your birthday like we give a fuck about your birthday? She could have went live from your front motherfucking lawn. She could have went live from there. Your birthday? Why does this man keep on trying to make all this about him?
My baby.
Hold on one second. Hold on one second.
I was gonna cry.
Like, count your days and, like, I won't be around and you shooting at feet and, like, little funny things that they start doing. And I'm kind of like, damn, hold on, where are y'all about to take this? Because y'all told me not to make a statement. So I'm trying to figure out where y'all taking
So
me.
basically, Tory says he feels like, okay, I guess he had received a phone call from Roc Nation 2 days later or something, he said, telling him not to make a statement, not to say anything. Basically, he received a phone call that says not to make a statement, not to say anything. He then feels like he's trying to make it seem like he was then thrown underneath the bus because he felt like they were all on some same, like, on the same accord on what they were going to present to the public. He's never, like, he hasn't spoken to her since then. So I guess he feels like since he's talking to Roc Nation, they were all on the same accord, right? So for him, now he's trying to convince us that it's because of Meg that this is as bad as it is, because they were not supposed to be speaking on it, because that's what he assumed, because Roc Nation told him not to make a statement. Again, it's Meg's fault in his mind.
I don't get it. So
him and his mama. He probably got this advice from his damn mama.
At this point, she goes
something.
live because people are not really understanding the story or whatever cases. She waits. She doesn't go on, a time when it's just a regular time. For y'all who don't understand, it was one of those things where me and her knew what was going on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But y'all didn't know what was going on. She went live on my birthday.
No, I'm not.
I was shot in both of my feet.
I'm not.
And I had to get surgery to get the taken out, get the bullets taken out.
I'm not.
Oh, Lord. I didn't think I was going to cry.
She knew she had to do certain sympathetic things, I guess, to push the narrative. And I don't know who told her to do certain things like that. And I'm not the one who's trying to, like, ever point the finger at anybody. But when it really comes down.
Okay, so I say that whole thing about push the narrative. Pushing a narrative is when you know something is false and you want that falsity, I hope I'm saying it right, to be the thought. You want that to be the belief statement. You want the falsity to be a fact, right? So you're going to push this narrative so that either way, people are going to somehow always come to the conclusion that you want them to come, right? So you're kind of manipulating information. You're leaving out things. You're not saying some things. You're just being selective with what you're providing is in terms of information. Whereas if you're just being truthful and honest and open, you're giving someone everything. You're giving someone all of the information and letting them come to their own conclusion about it, right? So that's not a scripted narrative that you're trying to create for someone. That's what this bitch ass nigga is doing right now. He's creating a narrative.
Down to it, it's like,
because he still hasn't said
who shot
her.
On my birthday, and then you said I got shot in my foot, and it didn't hit no bones or tendons. So everybody's looking at this, and again, the internet is a sick place. This is a place where people don't give a fuck about you. They do what they do. They antagonize and they do what they do. You go in and you see you get shot in your foot, no bones or tendons. The internet goes into an outrage because some people are like, hold on, how you not get shot? How you get shot in your foot and it don't hit no bones or tendons? Like, whoever is watching this, like, if you need to go on Google and look at a foot anatomy of bones and skeletons and tendons, you realize there's like 30 bones in your feet and like 100 tendons, some crazy number like that, right? You don't need him to try
to be a doctor. Like, nobody's asking Dr. Tory Lanez a motherfucking thing. One, you're too short to be a fucking doctor because you would have to do surgeries and shit and you can't reach over the fucking table. And three, Nobody's asking you for this. We don't need an analytical analysis about her injuries or any of that. What we need your bitch ass to do is, if you want to be messy, tell us what y'all were arguing about. And then 2, we need you to tell us why you felt the need about the argument, from what the argument was about, of why you had to have a gun in your hands, right? That's what we need your bitch ass to explain. And thirdly, we need to understand why in your motherfucking music you are talking about Kylie like she's some fucking white princess. Those are the 3 things that I fucking need. But I just want to understand, why was there a gun picked up at all in any direction? Why was shots fired? And I think from what I'm sitting here listening to you now, I think you're just trying to say that nothing was fired directly into her. But you don't want to acknowledge that there's some type of intimidation and some type of bullshit that you were on to even have picked up a gun in the first fucking place.
She now gets to this place where the people are like, hold on, and again, the internet is sick. The internet starts coming out and saying, yo, show your feet.
He's a YouTuber.
We're seeing you at DJ Khaled's house and you're on your tippy toes, and then we're seeing that you're, you're here and there, and they're antagonizing her. They're brutally coming for her and not giving her, I guess, what it is that she needed. But it gets to this point where now.
So I will say this, I do think that Meg was aware of that he was going to take this stance with it, because whatever is going on in the background, maybe from statements he probably made to the police or whatever, just, lawyer statements and stuff like that, that I think he is trying to say that she wasn't shot directly and that she may have not known who shot her, right? Because everything he tells you and that is being shown in this video, and per se, all the things he mentions in terms of pictures and in terms of her being out and pictures being taken that shows very little to no injury because it was wrapped, right? So I feel like he's trying to, I feel like, so when Meg came out and it was reported that she was removing stuff off the internet and stuff like that, images and pictures and stuff like that, I think it was because of her getting word that he was going to take this route. This is the route that he was taking with his bitch ass selfness.
She posts a picture of a foot, and she posts this picture of a foot. There's no exit wound. There's a lot of inconsistencies in the story, and she says under the post, you see, I got shot in the back of my foot because when I was walking away from the car, she says I was breaking down her own words. She says, I was walking away from the car and I got shot in the back of my foot. She doesn't ever show the other foot that she claims she got shot in. And I'm not trying to, again, I hate that this is coming off like I'm trying to come for her and whatever cases, but this is what I'm having to endure and watch when I'm knowing certain facts. So
endure and watch, and certain facts in terms of someone's foot and the injury that they sustained. Don't tell me that we could sit there and watch a video of blood coming out of her foot. Like, you niggas swear they be talking about facts. We're talking about, we seen a video of blood coming out of her foot. We know for a fact, and this is not we don't have to talk about anything else. We know for a fact that you got arrested for gun charges, for having a gun that you shouldn't have had. We have a woman on camera that is limping from the car, that has blood coming from her. How that happened, right? For whatever reason. Those are facts. That's all we needed you to get on here and say, if whether or not a gun that you got charged for, used it to shoot this woman. All of this, who asked you for this? Who wants this from you? Who wants to hear from you speak? Like, about somebody who's accusing you of something like this. You'll have your day in court. You put out a whole album already, right? So shouldn't you be okay with your statement? Has already been the album. Your statement has already been the album, right? That's the route you chose to take. Why are we here now? Why are we here now? This don't make any sense. Because you seen Ryan Henry come out and make a statement. You seen Joe Budden come out and sway the narrative in the public's eye and make a statement. You seen all of that, and you trying to capture on that. Everyone's trying to piggyback off everyone because they, everybody making it easier for everybody with their fuck shit. That's all this is. But you've seen all of that, and you're able to manipulate women. Because that's y'all fans, and they're weak-minded, so you're able to manipulate them. And there'll be the warrior bitches underneath these comments defending him, and I do like the comment I'm looking at. Someone says, in SARS, we don't care about you. Nigeria. I mean, okay. Okay, I see a lot of good comments. So, stop the cap. In SARS. Yo, she weird for lying. Yo, always a bitch. Always a bitch. People be out here. You can't speak definitively but like that about somebody else's situation that you're not there for, around, or any of that. You don't be knowing these people's characters. You don't know how these people really rock in real life. Y'all know I'ma always say I know a whole slime ass bitch off these internet streets in real life. Come on, y'all. Like, you don't know people. You can't do that.
The roly pups.
And then someone smart said, Canon 9021. Oh, he said the medical report supports her statement. Like, cause sometimes you just gotta be like, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. That's why you just gotta just be like, keep it just like real basic. All of this is not factual because a nigga gets in front of you and spit game and tell you a whole bunch. I'm just trying to tell you how it is, and da-da-da. You ain't really saying nothing when you say it. When you break it down, this is nothing.
It gets to, it gets to this place where I'm just like, bro, like, this is not me, and I don't deserve this. Like, I don't deserve to have to go through this. Like, I never have been somebody who's had domestic cases. I've never hit no woman. I've never had abusive cases with no woman. You can't pull those type of facts up on me. I don't have those. So it's like,
and I've seen this. A lot of men will bully women who they have had a domestic, because they'll have a domestic past, right? And they'll bully women so much that they really don't pursue the charges. They really don't go through it because, one, the men will end up making their lives living hell. I know this for a fact, right? I know a girl who got beat up, and she got beat up in front of so many fucking people. I mean, outside, in front of people. I mean, her own friends turned on her, wouldn't even come to court and help testify. Like, all of that. And to the point that she dropped the charges. Just like that. Because of bullying and domestic violence. So when I tell y'all it's deeper than the Nile River, it's deeper than you think you know. Just because everything doesn't make it to the courts doesn't mean that it doesn't happen. So where's there's smoke, there's fire. And there's that girl, what's her name? The one who catching everybody up in their inboxes. You know who I'm talking about, the white girl. She made allegations that, he had her attacked by somebody else. And to me, violence through proxy, violence through other people, that's still domestic violence. So like, there's just no getting her way around it. It's just a man just not trying to pick up the charge, but that is still part of domestic violence because, like I said, girl dropped her charges with no problem. Not no problem. She dropped her charges out of fear. She just wanted her life back to go back to normal. So yeah, it's sad shit, y'all.
I just didn't understand why I'm going through this. So now it gets to this point where she posts this picture of her foot, and everyone's seeing certain things, and everyone's, saying certain things about her foot. And some people think it's real, some people don't think it's real. And it gets to this place where some people are just not believing it. So she posted a picture. There's no bullet tray. Where are they taking out the bullets?
Nobody needs him to tell us, like off of pictures, you were there.
Where are they taking out the bullets for the
so
pan?
you're not giving us the ivory account that we need.
And anybody who knows, I mean, this is like,
you get what I'm saying? He's just talking to us as though, like, I'm talking to y'all from what I see on the screen.
Why are you not in the surgical room?
But he's not talking to you from like the
surgical procedure.
He was there.
Against the law. It doesn't matter if you're famous
all of that
or not.
Pictures and all that. Fuck all that. Tell us what you seen while you were there.
She says, I was shot from behind. And, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. And I was walking away.
But Tori, so where were you sitting at in the car? And where was Meg sitting at? And was when she got out that this happened?
Because you said somebody came out to hit you with malicious harm and danger, to put you in harm and all this danger and all this stuff. How can you identify who's shooting at you if you're facing the other way? How can you even identify criminal or malicious intent if you're not seeing what's going on?
I'm on live. Thank you.
Make sense. And so it's like, I'm looking at this and I'm just like, yo, this is not right. Like, and I do see when people are getting at her, and there's times when I'm like, damn, like, do I help her or do I speak up and say, yo, don't talk about her, whatever the case is? But if I do that, then it's like I'm coming off like I'm guilty. And then if I say something about having remorse.
Why does this man feel like he needs to help her after shooting her? This is deranged behavior. Like, for real. Like, this is strange. This is strange.
More like I would like to, or saying something about.
He's talking like he wasn't there.
Something that I didn't do, so I had to be quiet on certain places. Now, I need y'all to really take this in and understand like how this works at this point. when all this starts happening, LA Times, okay? This is put in public information. LA Times puts out an article, and in the article they say, this is the initial report. Two sources close to the investigation said that she got
video
cut
is
by
14
glass.
minutes, and
she said that she
I
got
started
cut by
this
glass.
video with y'all at like 6 or 7 minutes
So
in,
then it's like,
and we still haven't gotten
people see
an
that, okay, no, she's saying, they're saying on the initial police report,
first person
with Officer Santiago, whatever his name is, you
recount
can go
of what
look this up,
happened
this is on
because
LA
he was
Times.
there.
That's when it gets to this
We
point
got
where
pictures.
it says, okay,
What do you think about certain pictures that have came out? How
they
could
reported no
she get
gunfire
shot?
wound in her foot. They
Why
just
was she
reported a
out
woman with a foot
so
injury.
soon?
So you gotta understand, like, this is what's in
Nothing
their initial
about what
police
made him
report.
pick up a
Fuck
gun.
The Instagram, fuck the other shit. This is just what's in the police report.
Yeah,
So
I'm
you
good.
gotta understand, like, I'm getting to a point where I'm like,
I'm not gonna watch all
wow,
this.
I'm looking
I
at
just
this and
wanted
I'm
to
like,
say
wow,
that.
like, at the end of the day, like, maybe
This
some
is-
people
this
might
is
see this, maybe
crazy.
some people might not. It gets to academics, it gets to,
Academics, the bitch ass nigga that you
it
call.
gets to academics, it gets
That
to
you help him
Hollywood a
push
lot,
your
it gets
narrative.
to
That's when you're talking about
certain
pushing
places,
narratives.
right?
What he
She
did
comes
with
out with this tweet.
academics a couple weeks ago or a week ago, academics came out and be like, Tori said it. Like, that's because of the conversation that's happened on the back end. The way academics was riding for him, he had already spoken to this man. Like, he's a paid gopher. He's a paid gopher for these niggas. So, yeah, he had already spoken to this man or had some type of conversation, but he took such a definitive, oh, Tori's not lying, because look, this is what he was going to come with. This is exactly what he was going to come with.
That says, keep talking and I'm gonna stop sparing you. It's like, my love, I have not been on the internet for 3 months.
And let me clear something when I say paid gopher, because some people are like, oh, he didn't give him money. You know, she don't know what she's talking about. Paid gopher in the sense, so if an association helps put money in your pocket, then you're a paid gopher, basically. And when you're trying to do the media situations, right? If I use my platform or somebody use their platform in a way that if someone thinks, oh, if I link up with them or if I slide them some information and they use it, and it makes them exclusive, then you make money off that person, but you're still a paid gopher because they know they just put money in your pockets by proximity of you being associated with them and getting exclusive information. So, yeah.
I have not been on the internet for 3 months, and then 30 minutes later, she just goes on live, and it's like me telling you, yo, keep talking, my nigga, and I'm gonna slap you. And then I just slap you. It's like, you didn't do anything for me to slap you, I just slapped you. So it's like, who was talking to? Who are you saying to keep talking to? I don't understand. Whatever. It gets past this point, and
She said who you talking to, and she goes back because she realized she shouldn't be giving you that courtesy. So she came back and slapped you, which was like, fuck that. You shouldn't have been talking in the first place, and you shouldn't have been talking in the first place. That's what that was. Yep, she realized she shouldn't have given you that grace. She shouldn't have spared you because sparing you has caused her these problems in the beginning. She did the right thing.
it gets to a place where now she says, I'm gonna stop sparing you, whatever the case, she gets on live. Now, because it got on academics that there was no gunfire wound on the initial report,
Your boy,
everyone starts going
academics,
to her page
everybody's
again. She
boy.
starts reacting to certain things. Now, I'm gonna say one thing. I'm not getting mad at her or whatever it is because
Oh, he's
I
not
understand that
getting
she
mad.
is dealing with a lot.
He's not getting
When it comes
mad.
down to, you gotta understand, she lost both her parents, and I do sympathize with that. I lost my mother, and
Who should have swallowed
when I
you.
lost my mother, I realized one thing. When you lose a parent, you could be highly susceptible to people around you that are giving you parental guidance or things that feel like parental guidance to believing that it is parental guidance, and you go with it. That's happened to me. I've been at that place where I've listened to a lot of people that led me down the wrong road because it felt like parental guidance that I should have been getting from my mother or my father that at that time wasn't around or whatever the case is.
Somebody need to smack
So
the
now
dog
it gets to
shit
this
out of
point
this
now,
nigga.
whatever the case is, boom, she comes out and she goes,
So she
"Listen,
shot herself or what?
you
Like,
guys and all this extra shit, this to keep talking about me." And I'm in the back, I'm over here watching this like, yo, what did I say? I didn't say nothing. I said nothing to you.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
nothing. this nigga keep talking about me, bro. And so you know what?
You know what it was? He was
Now
out here
he's gonna do
liking
it.
things
This
behind her
Victoria
back.
shot
Like, that's
me,
what it
bro.
was.
This-
He was doing passive aggressive. Don't let this shit fool you. He was doing little passive aggressive shit behind her back, which a lot of these bitch ass niggas do when they get called out publicly. He was liking certain things that would insinuate that, you know, that made her look like she was the aggressor and she started the fighting and that led to the shooting. So he would go around liking certain posts and stuff like that. Then he had his publicists in them in the back talking to blogs and stuff, trying to make it seem like, oh, y'all remember how she said she likes to put her hands on men, so you know she caused this. He was defending himself. So then there's these rumors going on in the back. So she's fed up with it because she's like, I'm trying to do the stand-up thing publicly and you are behind my back trying to tear me down. So she changed her mind and decided, like, you know what, let me stop playing with this, because the more you give people an inch, they take a yard. They take a whole football field in his case. But this trying to act like he doesn't know and trying to play her off as crazy, as if he don't know what's getting in her head or what's making her so mad. He knows what he's doing. It's the offline stuff. It's the stuff you can't see. This nigga is ridiculous.
He shot me. He shot me. She gets into it. She breaks down the story and she says, yo, I'm arguing. I'm in the car. I'm arguing with this. I'm tired of arguing with this. We get into a heated argument. I'm tired of arguing with this. I get out the car. This get out the car, and he starts shooting me. For no reason, he starts shooting me.
So now you
So
tell
boom, then the cops pull us over and da-da-da-da. Hold on, let's take the first facts back for what she just said.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay.
So you mean to tell me that you're in a car with a person and this person is arguing with you? This person has gotten you to a place of like, yo, I don't even want to be around you. Like, I'm above this. I'm out of here. You get out of the car because the heated argument is so heated. And then this person gets out and shoots you in both of your feet. And you jump back in the car? Why would you jump back in the car with a dangerous man who just did a dangerous crime to you, who did this criminal intent to you, and all this?
Just being manipulative.
Why? Why would you jump back in the car?
Just being
Well,
manipulative.
then the police pull us over, and I see, you know what I'm saying? We're all black in the car. There's a gun in the car, so I don't even want to be like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody to get in more trouble, and I'm trying to protect this man. I'm trying to protect this man because at the end of the day,
This is
getting
some
shot at
bullshit.
him, and throws the black card at me. I'm trying to protect this
Tory
black
Lanez
man.
is full of shit, y'all.
My love, nobody ever reported that you got shot but you.
My
So
love.
how are you trying to protect me? At what point were you trying to protect me?
Someone wrote, Tory, you sound like the lawyer
you
you
know I got a
hired.
child, you know that
Exactly.
these type of situations, even an accusation, is something that I can't even be playing with. I don't even play with my life like that. So why would that?
And someone said, do y'all know how hard it
to me
is
just
to
doesn't make
shoot a
sense.
moving
Okay, cool.
target 2 times?
Yo, I
Yeah,
lied to the
let's
cops,
talk
I
about
lied to the
that.
doctor.
So,
Let me tell
okay,
you
so
why
are
they
you
say
trying to
this,
say
but-
you shots were fired in her direction because she was moving? She didn't get the full extent? Like, what exactly are you trying to tell people and tell us on why shots was fired towards her foot in that direction? You missed? That's what you're trying to tell us? This is all about you missing, right? That's what it sounds like. Sounds like you should. That's what it sounds like. You missed. Is that what it sounds like? Because, again, how deep it went and all the other stuff, we don't care about any of that. Did you pick up this gun? Stop trying to break down what she says.
Blasting my feet,
And
though.
just tell us
Because
what
I lied to
you
the cops.
do-
I lied to the doctors.
what you see.
I lied to this, that,
Or
and
what
the third.
happened?
Ladies and gentlemen, I need us to really understand what she's saying here. You mean to tell me that these medical doctors that are in an ambulance that work on-site injuries 24/7 for all day, that have to know every type of on-site injury, the specifications on the type of on-site injuries, so they can...
Yeah, I don't even know how I listened to that much of that. That was like 19, 20 minutes. That was a lot. That was a lot. That was a lot. This is a bitch ass dude. Like, I would, like, yeah. And the fact that so many women can listen to this and believe this and then root for this man and try to tear another woman down based off something that's just pure ridiculous. There's just no reason a gun should ever be picked up. Period. There's no reason a gun should be picked up. There's no way he's going to convince us that the homegirl shot her. What, over him? Like, it just doesn't, y'all leaving a lot out, but I don't know. just wanted to share that. Those are my thoughts. I know how I do over here. Keep it bougie, keep it posh, and I'm out. And I meant everything I said. His mama should have swallowed him. He's disgusting. Because somewhere, sometime down the line, let me tell you something. My little observation so far in my life, living, and when it come across men like this, the problem usually be the single mothers that raise them. I'm gonna be completely honest with you, because there's something in it. Yeah, that's how I feel. Peace. Like, and you know which single? I'm not gonna say all the ones who act like their sons are like their husbands and shit like that. This be y'all kids. That's the ones. This be their kids. This is a bitch ass nigga.